makes your training worth it. Too early. Hey, Mary, set the camera. Emily, come take this shirt back to the car.
Yeah. It's hard to know where the beef is situated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Slick. What does that look like? So that, okay. I know Olivia came out with. We can move it as we know with. So if they're on this one, you don't see them. No, I know yesterday during the lamb and goat show, they come right here, you know, and you can only see like the two kids over there. So, but I'm hoping the beef maybe will just line up like this, you know, in the middle like that. And that would, and then you could see them pretty good, but who knows? Yeah, so we'll see. Mhm. Yeah. But yeah, I'll stick close and I can help you adjust it.
Good morning. I think we're going to get started with our 4-H and FFA beach show. I will start by introducing our judge while we wait for the kids to make their way to the ring. Logan Despain comes from Laramie, Wyoming. He was here yesterday with us and is going to finish out this morning with the beach show. So welcome again. Glad to have you. Our first, or kind of our order this morning, we're going to start with our showmanship classes with seniors and then juniors. Then we have one breeding bee, and then we'll do our market classes. We have 2 classes of senior showmen. In our first class, we have Diane Cervantes, Nate Hill, and Allison Camps.
Well, good morning again. Looking forward to working with the kids and sorting through the beef here today. Really good first class of senior showman with a little bit of a tighter ring here. We're just going to try and leave the individuals in their project as much space as possible. Just kind of discuss them up here on the mic and select two of them to come back and join us for the final drive. So just discussing each individual, some things they're doing well, maybe a couple of things that we can work on. Young lady here on the left, the red and white steer, does a good job of trying to pull that calf into position. That's I'm a big stickler for that and making sure we're pulling our steer into position, using that stick as little as we need to, and just using it there as a tool and not having to rely on it. Still, she's doing a nice job there. Young lady with the silver, white steer, gray steer, if you will. Again, does a good job with eye contact and staying intense. Biggest thing is making sure we're still looking at our calf down the ground to make sure our legs are set up to where they need to be. Every once in a while, we maybe have the wrong back leg offset there, but she's doing a nice job. Young man with the red steer here, calf kind of wanted to throw a fit and not work with him here at first, right at the beginning. Got a little bit better here towards the end, and when the young man gets that one stuck where it needs to be, still for him. Biggest thing, I think, again, if we could just try and hold that calf's head up just a little bit higher and get a little closer to that steer's jaw with our hand on the halter there. But he's doing a nice job. The young lady over here with the black calf down on the end, again, just a misfortunate advance. Our dance partners kind of not wanting to work with us here today. Some things will happen. But a really, really good set. Young lady with the red and white steer will join us back, and the young man with the red calf will join us back. If you would, go ahead and give all these kids in here a big hand.
In our first class of senior showmen receiving purple ribbons and coming back in, we have Nate Hill and Taylor Noyes. Blue ribbons went to Diane Savante and Alex McCann. As soon as we get these steers down the alley, we'll be ready for our second class of seniors. This is the second and final class. We will see Dylan Camps, Wade Leachman, Colton Noyes, and Aubrey Walter. After this class of seniors, we'll do our final drive for our Grand and Reserve Champion Senior Showman.
Okay. We'll line up side by side here. Side by side. Facing that.
How are you? As we get our second class here, senior showman again, really, really good. We'll go through and briefly discuss some things we're doing right, maybe a few things we can work on, and select two of them to join us back for the final drive. Excuse me, a young man with the white chest exterior here, really good in terms of eye contact and making sure that we're doing the little things right, of staying intense and making sure that when I'm looking at you, you're always looking at me, and those are all good things. Cap came in and let me handle them, which I think is important as well. Maybe a thing we could just focus on is, like I said, looking at me is right. Make sure we're looking at our calf at the same time, or once in a while we won't have the legs where they quite need to be, but the young man's doing a nice job. Young man after that, again, very good in terms of eye contact and making sure that he's looking at me and knowing where I'm at. Biggest thing, again, is Cap's just kind of wanting to misbehave for them and not doing the things that we need them to do, holding still and pulling the line where they need to be for us. So if we could just keep that calf at home a little bit longer to keep them working again, that way we bring them in here, they'll behave for us and do the things that they need to do. Young lady with the red steer again. I can tell she's a good showman. Partners just kind of wanting to misbehave on us on here, and those things will happen. Again, we just got to make sure we're working enough and putting the time in at home so that when we get them in here, that they'll behave for us and do what they need to do in order to be successful here. The young man with the black steer over on the end doing a phenomenal job of making sure that calf is set up. Legs aren't ever out of place. Doing a good job of making sure we're walking that calf into position and not using the stick to move legs as much as we can there, where he positions himself in front of the calf as well, and where he's got that hand of the halter. Again, I'm a big stickler of making sure we're as close to that steer's jaw as we can. A really, really good set all the way through. Two young men here on the ends will join us back. If you would, go ahead and give all these kids a big hand.
And our second class of seniors receiving purple ribbon, Wade Leachman and Colton Noyes are in for the final drive of senior showman. Blue ribbon went to Dylan Camps and Aubrey Walterley. When we get these last two steers out, we'll bring the other two in for the final drive. So in the final drive, we're going to see Nate Hill, Taylor Noyes, Wade Leachman, and Colton Noyes. Following our seniors, we'll move right into junior showmanship.
Really good set of senior showings. We get the top end from both classes out here. Again, we won't go ahead and talk them again like we did previously in class, but if we got sent back and still are a little curious, what we didn't quite do or what we could have done better again, just take the opportunity to come and look out here, especially in these upper age divisions, and watch what these seniors are doing, how they're getting their cap set up, and how their project is presented, how they're presenting themselves as a showman, and all the little things that they're doing, all the way down to, the little things of how we're holding the halter, where we're holding the stick, and how we're getting our cap to be set up and pulled into position, just doing all those little things there. And I think we'll end up being our champion or reserve showman, just kind of do those little things a little better in terms of making sure we're pulling our cap into position and making sure that our cap is set up in all times. The correct back leg is offset where it needs to be, and then we can tell again. I'm a firm believer that the showmanship is not won here in the ring. Showmanship is won at home. This is just where we come to pick up the awards. So you can tell all the things of hard work that's put in at home, and making sure the dedication is right, and then our project, and you can tell that it's behaving for us correctly. So if you would, one last time, go ahead and put your hands together for these kids in here. We'll go ahead and take this champion reserve.
The city grand champion is Wade Leachman, and reserve showman is Nate Hill. Grand champion showman will also receive a jacket sponsored by M Excavating, Todd and Wanda Goldenhauer. Reserve will receive a vest sponsored by Farm and Ranch Credit Services.
Hey, here come our junior beach showmen. In the ring, we'll have Cassidy Flynn, Barrett McDonald, Ross McDonald, Scarlett McDaniel, Giselle Reagan, and Finch Reynolds.
really good set of junior showmen in here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apologize here real quick if I may not seem the most chipper today. My voice might be getting a little hoarse throughout the day here. A couple days being on the mic, and I take pride in sounding exactly like Johnny Cash when I'm driving. And so forgive me if my voice kind of gives out on us throughout the day here. But like I said, really, really good set of junior showmen here. We'll go ahead and briefly discuss each one. Young man here with cowboy hat does a really nice job and makes a valiant effort of making sure his project looks right when we're in here. I come in to handle the calves, and he puts that hair right back that I came in and messed up. Does a good job of making sure, trying to keep his calf set up. Biggest thing is one time when we were out here walking these things, we had our stick flipped upside down when we were walking. So let's make sure we're keeping the pointy end down when we're walking these calves. So he's doing a nice job. Young lady with the red steer here, again, very good in terms of eye contact and making sure she's looking at me. So always keep up with that. Things that we can work on is, I think, there's an old back leg in the day when back legs, I think, we're told to keep them square. Let's try and offset that offside show leg for us so they can just look better there from the side, and then let's try to keep that calf's head up the best we can as well. Another thing too, just as a whole too, I think a lot of times these show halters, the leather lead will be a little long. Let the thing hang down, and so we don't have to have a whole bunch piled up there in our hand, and if it's too long, grab Mom's kitchen scissors and cut that thing a little bit shorter for us so when we get in here to the show ring. But she's doing a nice job. Young lady with the white steer, again, good in terms of eye contact and maintaining an intense atmosphere about her and doing a good job with that. Again, make sure we're looking at our project and keeping him set up the best we can. Oftentimes we'll have him too stretched out, and that's, again, I think it's really important if we walk these calves into position, they will do it naturally themselves and look a lot more natural and comfortable there, but she's doing really nice. Young man with the white flank steer, again, very good with eye contact, like where he's putting and positioning himself in front of that steer. Maybe once in a while a foot will be out of place, and then with that halter, some way that I like to think of it is when we're walking these steers, put our knuckles up. When we're getting them stuck, flip our hand around and have them down there. And I think it's a lot easier for us to keep that calf's head up, as well as making us just look a little bit better there in front of the calf. The young man's doing a nice job. Young man with the gold steer down towards the end, again, very attentive showman of knowing that he was always looking at me, which is good. Make sure we find that happy medium of making sure we're looking at our calf too, and keeping him set up the best we can. And I know we're not super big, and these are really big animals, but doing the best we can to keep that calf's head up to show a project off here the best we can. Young lady down on the end, again, does a really good job of making sure her heifer is set up and staying intense. Type of a showman there. Only suggestion that I would make, again, when I come in to handle the calves, pull that comb out and put that hair right back. I don't think that I saw that, and if we did, just got to be a little bit quicker there with it. Really, really good set. If you would, put your hands together for all these juniors, and we'll go ahead and pick you a champion reserve.
Our grand champion junior showman is Cassidy Flint. Reserve champion, Cinch Reynolds. Purple ribbons go to Barrett McDonald, Ross McDonald, Scarlett McDaniel, and Jazel Reagan. Great job, juniors. Okay, Cassidy, we'll have you stay in the ring for your breeding heifer. We have one breeding animal, Cassidy Flynn, and then following that, we will move into our market classes. I also want to recognize our sponsors for our junior beach showmanship class. Our grand champion showman will receive an embroidered jacket sponsored by Hidden Hollow Ranch. Reserve champion will receive a vest sponsored by Big Sky Foot and Ankle Institute.
Workshop nights here, young ladies. Showmanship animals, also our single entry breeding heifer here. I think the young lady brings a nice one here. Just talking about the heifer, I think one that breeds plenty of Cali, I think, in her future. The actual shape to her lower rib is very good. It's a very stout heifer and powerful there. As far as feet and legs go, I think that's a practical structure type female that'll make it as a cow. I think if we're just going to change this one ever so slightly from a show ring perspective, if we can make that one a little bit neater and more extended up front and just give her, a really attractive look there from the side. But I think a heifer that's good structured, good in her genuine body shape, nice project to put your hands together for that young lady.
Our grand champion breeding animal is going to go to Cassie playing with her heifer. We're going to have 3 classes of market beef. In our first class, we will have Dylan Camp, Scarlett McDaniel, Nate Hill, Taylor Noyes, and Aubrey Waldville. The weight break on this class is 1146 to 1250.
That's a scary person with me.
I'd also like to recognize our sponsor for our grade class. That individual will receive a jacket sponsored by Ferret Ranch Limousine.
As we get started here, the Monkey Beach Show, really good way to start off. Lots of differences between each captain here. Young man's Red's here that's going to go ahead and win the class. I think does so when we get these things stuck. And from the side, show ring presence of this cap is just a nickel better in the best here of the set. In terms of that with the extension up front and where his neck sits at the top of his shoulder there. Basic fundamentals of beef cattle. I think one that I think is acceptable in terms of muscularity and power, shape that he has there right out of the backside of his shoulder. I like the body shape of this calf. We're going to change him. We need to make him a nickel more better out in motion. In terms of that one's feet and legs, we're just getting a little bit too stiff there off of our lower pasterns. And then down at the ground, I think that one's foot shape needs to be adjusted as well. But one that I think is good enough, complete enough to go ahead and win the class. Young lady's Peach here will go ahead and come in second. Just strikes you as a practical, big ribbed, beefy type steer. That's funny, soggy middle. I just wish if we can change this one, we need to make him a shot fresher up front. in terms of about his chest and his neck up there, up to his front 1/3. From the side, I prefer this steer's hind leg in terms of set and flex there. When you get behind the steer, it's getting too coarse and big in his hop joint there. Wants to pressure the outside of his hoof wall and get uncomfortable there. The one that I think hits you is just a big rigged, beefy type steer there. Young lady's red steer that's going to go ahead and come in next. A big frame, high performing type steer that holds lots of value just compared to the two that beat us in class today. We need to make that one wider constructed at the surface. If we can make that one bigger and more expressive in terms of some shape up high as well. The one you like in terms of just having some practical value, being a big high performing type steer there. Young lady steers will go ahead and come in next. Again, one that you can't ding in terms of having some muscle and power because I think it's there. The actual shape of that steer's body is plenty good. Just structurally, we need to fix this calf to straighten upright and angle to our shoulder, and we need to be adjusted in the set and flex to our rear leg. And then in terms of some show ring look and having a good balanced image from the side, we need to make that one neater and more extended up front, make that one longer and leveler out of his hip as well. But you like certain things about that steer. Young man's red steer, they'll go ahead and right out the set here again. Has those things we were discussing in terms of some extra extension up front. This guy just needs to be more muscular in order to move up a few spots here, getting too peaked over his top. Really good class. Give all those steer kids a big hand.
In our first class of market beef, purple ribbons go to Nate Hill and Taylor Noyes, blue ribbon to Scarlett McDaniel and Aubrey Waldvillers, and a red ribbon to Dylan Camp. Okay, we're going to start bringing in our second class of market beef. In this class, we will have Allison Camp, Giselle Reagan, Ross McDonald, and Wade Leachman. The weight break on this class is 1290 to 1400.
Hi, how are you?
Really good class here for again. I think as we're getting up here, seeing things more that we'd like to see in terms of some muscularity and power in these calves. That being all said, though, young man brings an awfully good one to go ahead and win. Just like we said, a muscular young man did an awesome job telling me about his project and showmanship, and I'll basically just reiterate what he told me. Just a very muscular, big ribbed calf that's just practical kind of cattle that's good structured and plenty flexible. And then you study that calf when we get him out here from the side in terms of some extras of show ring presence. That steer's chest is set into him extremely good. Neck set and extension up front is extremely easy to find and tie into. Really nice one to go ahead and win. Young lady's white calf is going to go ahead and come in second. To me, with the remaining three in here at this set, is this the next most muscular. You put your hands on that calf, and he's really big in terms of the shape he has out of the backside of his shoulder. Extremely powerful from behind. That's a big pin, big hip steer. It's very muscular in its kind. We're just going to adjust this one from the side. We're kind of wanting to get a little cresty there at the top of our neck in terms of having the look from the side. And then we get these cattle out on the circle. He wants to get awfully close underneath himself with that rear leg, but a steer that's very muscular and powerful there. Young man's black steer will go ahead and come in third. Again, like pieces of this one from the side in terms of a balanced, high-quality look. That one's extension up front. The neck set is all very good. I think when we get these things out in motion, I deem them acceptable in terms of its structure. Just wish we could make that one a nickel stouter compared to the two calves that beat us in class today. And then we get it behind these calves. He's just a little too flat there in his forehead. We can make that one bigger and bolder there as well. Young ladies here, they'll go ahead and run out the set again. Big, high-performing type calf that's got some value. We just need to make this one bigger shaped, more muscular behind his shoulder and down his top. Make that one more powerful from behind. Good class. Go ahead and give all those kids a big hand.
In our second class of market beef, receiving purple ribbons, Giselle Reagan and Wade Leachman. Blue ribbons go to Allison Camps and Ross McDonald. Next up is our third and final class of market beef. In this class, we will have Taylor Noyes, Diane Cervantes, Colton Noyes, Barrett McDonald, and Finch Reynolds. The weight break on this class is 1410 to 1485. Following this class, we'll bring in our top beef from each class for our Grand Champion drive.
Apologize there for taking a little bit more time. Interesting top two steers here towards the top end of this class, and both have their differences. I wouldn't argue with you if we wanted to switch them just based off of justification there. But to me, young lady's red and white steer just hits me as one that just gives you a little bit better look there from the side and through some extension up front. But in terms of fundamental basics, that steer is very big back. It's powerful from behind, a practical body type steer in terms of the outward turn to his actual rib cage there. If we're going to change this steer, he needs to be fixed structurally, and particularly off of his rear two there, and then he has shorter hip. If we can make that one longer and leveler out of his hip there, help that one really give you the look you'd like to see there for his back third, but a nice one to win. Young man's black steer that's going to be second again. It's very similar in terms of that one's muscularity and power of our class winner in terms of being big and expressive there behind his shoulder, big and wide all the way down his top. Get these cattle out in motion. I think I prefer the set to that one's rear leg, but I think from the side there, we're kind of getting deeper, a little bit more common about our chest, shorter and thicker about our neck, with a nice steer to sit in second. Young ladies, flatter haired, slick haired steer here. That's going to go ahead and come in third. Might be the best one of the set in terms of just muscle shape and muscle expression. How square that one is there behind your shoulder. I think that steer's plenty muscular. That being said, though, I think we can complement that with a little bit extra finish here. We're getting a little bit too flat behind our shoulder and our forerib as well. And then when we look at the surface there, we need to fix and adjust that guy's foot shape as well. Young man's black steer that's going to go ahead and come in next. A very big rib, soggy middle type steer that's got plenty of finish. Opposite end of our other steer. I wish we could just complement his good things with a little bit more muscle. Up high and put your hands on these steers. He's just too peaked over his top and needs to be bigger and more expressive there behind his shoulder. But a big, good structured, heavyweight, soggy middle type steer there. Young man's gold steer that'll go ahead and come in next. Again, similar time in terms of just being big rib, soft middle and soggy. We just need to make him genuinely more muscular up high and bigger and more expressive there behind his shoulder. But a really good set of calves if you would put your hands together for those steer kids.
And our third and final class of Market B, receiving purple ribbons, Taylor Noyes and Colton Noyes. Blue ribbons go to Diane Savante, Barrett McDonald, and Cinch Reynolds. We're now going to bring in our top 3 steers from all the market classes for a grand champion drive. So we will bring back Nate Hill, Wade Leachman, and Taylor Noyes.
We get all 3 of our class winners out here again. I think we justify them and discuss them there enough in class. All of them just kind of do the right things in terms of having the right kind of muscle, the right kind of power, while still giving you the image from the side you'd like to see in the show ring in terms of their neck attachment, having a good balance, show steer image from the side. Really, really good set of calves we've had in here and all the way through from top to bottom. That being said, though, in my personal opinion, I think our champion is non-negotiable, in my opinion. I think he gets a little closer for reserve. If you would, put your hands together for all these kids that entered the steer ring. We'll go ahead and pick the champion.
Grand champion Market D goes to Wade Leachman. He will be receiving a belt buckle sponsored by Broadwater County Cattlemen. We're going to go ahead and pull in the second place from that class, and we'll do a reserve champion next.
So bring that second place calf out here out of that particular class. Again, similar things we discussed of that one, just fit and line in with the rest of the class winners. Just some last opportunity here on the mic. I thank everyone for having me down here to work with the livestock and work with the kids here past 2 days. I think a big round of applause needs to happen for everyone that put on the show and making this thing be able to happen. It's really refreshing. I know just as me as a livestock judge, but I can imagine how refreshing it is as an exhibitor and a young individual to be able to still bring a project out here that we've worked all summer for and still have a fair with all the hectic and the crazy things that are happening in the world for multiple reasons. But again, I think it's really awesome that we were able to pull another one off and allow these kids the opportunity to get in the show ring, show off all of their hard work and dedication. To build a passion for an act closer there for an industry that makes the world turn. So one last time, put your hands together for all the exhibitors that came through these past 2 days to take their exhibit.
Our reserve champion Market B goes to Taylor Noyes. She will be receiving an embroidered jacket sponsored by Leachman Angus. All right, folks, and with that concludes our beef show. Thanks for coming out. The next thing scheduled for today is we will start our announcements for the livestock auction at